Your cucumber plant looks fine right now. That's the problem. By the third week of July, every vine shows the same 4 warning signs, and almost nobody catches them in time. Fruit turns bitter at the stem end. Tendrils go limp, stop coiling, even while the leaves still look green. Base leaves turn yellow and papery, and the cucumbers you left one more day to get bigger, dull, puffy, waxy, like the plant already gave up. Here's what everyone does: waters more, fertilizes more, cuts off the yellow leaves to clean things up. All wrong. That last one backfires hardest. Cut yellowing leaves without fixing the airflow underneath, and you're not solving the problem, you're opening fresh wounds for the fungal spores you're trying to kill. You accelerate the spread. Nobody tells you this. July was never about growing bigger. It's about protecting the plant from itself. The biggest threat to your vine this month isn't heat, isn't pests. It's you harvesting a day late, feeding it exactly what it doesn't need, right when it needs the opposite. By the end of this video, you'll know the one thing almost every gardener does in July that quietly kills their yield by mid-August. Most never figure out why. Before the 7 things you need to do, I need something from you. Drop your zone or state in the comments, not just to ask. July hits every garden differently. Hot and humid, you're fighting fungal pressure and bitterness faster than someone in a dry climate. Wet June, your soil's already leached out more than you think. Tell me where you're gardening, and it changes which of these 7 points matters most for you. And I read every comment, all of them. Yellowing at the base, bitter fruit, tired vines. Tell me, half the time, what looks like one problem is a different one hiding underneath. That's exactly what we're covering today. 5 seconds, zone, state, symptom, drop it below. Let's go. Number 1, harvest daily. Stop waiting for bigger. Slices come off at 6 to 8 inches, picklers at 3 to 5. Here's the mechanism. Once a cucumber's seeds start maturing, they release a hormone signal that tells the whole plant its job is done. Flowering shuts down. Fruit production slows. That yellow, puffy one you left on the vine didn't just go to waste. It told the plant to stop making more. Daily harvest keeps the vine tricked into thinking it's never finished. Check every single day, no exceptions. Comment your zone and what symptoms you're seeing. Number 2, cut the nitrogen the second flowers show up. Everyone assumes more fertilizer means more fruit. Backwards. Nitrogen builds leaves and vines, not flowers. Once your plant is flowering, excess nitrogen redirects energy into growth it doesn't need, and flowers are bought before they ever set fruit. Switch to a low nitrogen, high phosphorus, high potassium feed the moment you see blooms. While you're at it, 1 dose of Epsom salt at the root zone fixes pale, washed out leaves fast, since magnesium is the core of every chlorophyll molecule your plant makes. Skip this step, and you'll spend weeks blaming pests for flower drop that was never about pests. Subscribe. This alone prevents losses most gardeners spend years misdiagnosing. Number 3, watch the tendrils, not the leaves. This is the plant's early warning system. Tight spring-like coils mean the cells inside are fully pressurized, good hydration, healthy flow. Limp, straight, or loosely coiled tendrils mean drought stress is already happening beneath the surface before a single leaf ever wilts. By the time leaves droop, the damage is done and bitterness is already locking in. Water 1 inch, once a week, deep at the base, never overhead, never on the leaves. Like this video, it tells YouTube to show it to someone about to lose their vines. Number 4, wrap the stems in foil. The squash vine borer moth lays flat, reddish eggs low on the stem. Once they hatch, larvae tunnel straight into the vascular tissue, the plant's water and nutrient highway, and they do it from the inside, where you can't see it happening until the whole vine collapses. Wrap 1 inch wide foil strips around the base, covering 4 to 6 inches upward, snug, but loose enough for the stem to keep growing. Do this now, before eggs hatch, not after you spot wilting. Number 5, mulch 3 to 4 inches deep. Bare soil does 2 things you don't want. It bakes root systems in July heat, and every time it rains, it splashes fungal spores straight off the ground onto your lowest leaves. That's how powdery and downy mildew start, from the bottom up. A thick mulch layer blocks both problems in one move and holds moisture so you're not fighting drought stress on top of everything else. Number 6, sow a second crop this week. Spring-planted vines are already in decline by late July, stressed, pest-worn, running out of productive life. Trying to nurse them back wastes time you don't have. Pull them. Replace with a fast-maturing variety, 55 days or less, and you get a second harvest running straight through to first frost, with fewer pests and better pollination than your spring crop ever had. Number 7. This is the one most people get wrong. 4 completely different problems look almost identical on a cucumber plant, and treating the wrong one makes things worse, not better. Slug damage, ragged holes, slime trails, worse after rain, worse at night. That's a physical pest. No fungicide touches it. Sun scorch, bleached, papery patches on upper leaves that catch direct afternoon sun. Dry, crisp edges, no slime, no spread. That's not disease, that's light. Shade cloth fixes it. Spray does nothing. Nematodes, stunted growth, yellowing that doesn't match any nutrient pattern you'd expect. Pull the plant and check the roots. Swollen knots mean nematodes. You will never see this one from the leaves alone. Virus X, mottled yellow and green mosaic patterning, twisted new growth, fruit that comes out lumpy even when everything else looks healthy. Spread by aphids and cucumber beetles. No cure. Once you see it, pull the plant immediately before it spreads through your pollinators to every vine in the row. Here's why this point matters more than any other. See mottled leaves, assume nutrient deficiency, dump fertilizer on it. You just wasted 2 weeks feeding a plant that was already infected, while it quietly spread the virus to everything around it. Read the pattern, not the symptom. Slime, pest. Dry crisp patches, sun. Root knots, nematodes. Mottled leaves plus warped fruit, pull it now. Get this one right, and every other point on this list actually has a chance to work. Quick recap. Whether you skipped ahead or just want the rapid-fire version before you go outside, here it is. 1. Harvest daily. Slices at 6 to 8 inches, picklers at 3 to 5. Never let one turn yellow or puffy. 2. Cut the nitrogen the moment flowers show up. Switch to low nitrogen, high phosphorus, high potassium. 3. Check tendrils, not leaves. Tight coils mean healthy. Limp and loose means water now, before the leaves ever tell you there's a problem. 4. Foil wrap your stems 4 to 6 inches up, before the squash vine borer gets there first. 5. Mulch 3 to 4 inches deep. Protect the roots, stop the spore splash. 6. Sow your second crop this week. Don't nurse a dying vine, replace it. 7. Know your lookalikes. Slug, sun scorch, nematode, virus. Misread one and it costs you the whole row. Here's the thesis, one more time, because it's the entire point of this video. July isn't the month to push your cucumbers to grow bigger. It's the month to protect what you've already got. Every point on this list exists because your plant is under more stress right now than at any other point in the season. Heat, pests, nutrient drain, and yes, your own good intentions working against you. The gardeners with huge autumn harvests aren't the ones fertilizing the hardest or watering the most. They're the ones who caught the small signals early, the limp tendril, the yellowing leaf, the fruit that should have come off 2 days ago and acted before it became a real problem. That's the difference between a vine that's dead by August and one still handing you cucumbers in October. If any of this saved you a plant or is going to subscribe and hit the bell, that's genuinely all I'm asking. It means you won't miss the next one right when you actually need it. One more time, because I mean it every time I say it, drop your zone or state in the comments. Tell me exactly what you're seeing out there right now. Bitter fruit, yellow leaves, limp tendrils, holes in the foliage, whatever it is. I read every single one, and if what you're describing doesn't match anything we covered today, tell me anyway. I want to help you figure out what it actually is. Now here's what I want you to do the second this video ends. Not tomorrow, not this weekend, tonight. Grab a flashlight, walk out to your cucumber patch. Check the base of every stem for small, flat, reddish-brown eggs. That's the squash vine borer. And if you catch it tonight, one strip of foil stops it cold before it ever gets inside. While you're out there, check your tendrils, tight coil or limp. Check the leaves for anything from today's diagnostic list: slime, dry patches, root knots, mottling. Then come back here and tell me exactly what you found. Because the gardeners who actually saved their harvest this year aren't the ones who watched this video. They're the ones who walked outside right after it ended. Go check on your cucumbers tonight.